While most engines on the island of Sodor are sleeping, a few are out and about keeping the railway moving. Thomas and Percy handle the mail, while Douglas, the Scottish engine, takes a nightly train to the mainland. This slow goods train deals with mainly fresh produce, needed in the markets in the morning. He always leaves the big station at 11 o'clock, and arrives home just after 3 in the morning. Shortly after dawn one morning, the fat controller arrived at the sheds to talk to the engines. Douglas was still sleeping as he spoke. "Douglas! Douglas!" Douglas opened his eyes groggily. "As I was saying, I need you to take an important train of meats to a factory," he informed the snoozing engine. "It's very important." "Me? Oh, why me?" Douglas grouched. "I've barely gotten any sleep." "All the other engines are very busy and you're the only one available." Douglas was not one to argue, so soon his fire was burning and he slumped off to collect the train. A little while later, Percy the small engine was arranging his train at the junction, humming to himself. "The bluebells are coming, aho, aho! The bluebells are coming, aho!" Douglas came shuffling in with his special. "After you must sing, Percy. Can't you sing in tune?" Percy was indignant. "Besides, the song's about Campbells, you ken, like the clan." No, Douglas. And my song isn't about Campbells, it's about bluebells." "Don't be daft. Bluebells are flowers. They grow. How can they come or go anywhere?" "I'm not daft. I'm talking about the bluebells of England." Douglas snorted, but Percy persisted. "They're engines, and one of them is coming with his controller tomorrow. Didn't you listen to the fat controller this morning?" "Don't you think I'd rather sleep than listen to that nonsense?" Douglas scoffed. "I'm surprised even you were awake for it." "I'm not as much of a Debbie Downer as you are," Percy said pointedly. Douglas ignored him. "So this engine—" "Stepney," Percy interjected. "Stepney? He's our special?" "Oh yes. I don't understand why, but engines on the other railway aren't safe anymore. Their controllers are very mean, and they don't like steam engines now. They line them up on cold, damp sidings and then—" Percy gulped. "They're cut up!" he squawked. "Aye," Douglas said solemnly. "'Tis a sad tale, and if I hadn't run away here with Donald, I'd be on the scrap heap too. That's all because of them diesels," Douglas said bitterly. "But what does this have to do with Bluebells?" "There's this railway called the Bluebell Railway, where kind people preserve steam engines. They keep them safe and running. If they're ill, the Bluebell Railway makes them feel better. They get all the coal and water they need, and pull special trains filled with people who want to see them." "That doesn't sound half bad. And this Stepney is one of them?" Yes. He and his controller are coming for a visit. He's running across England, avoiding the diesels to come here." "He'll never make it," Douglas concluded. "Those diesels will snatch him on the way. Don't get your hopes up, Percy." And Douglas rolled away, leaving Percy most concerned. Douglas went on with his day. He dropped off his train and was hoping to get a rest. "Come on," said his driver. "We need to take a salt train." "Oh, come on. I need a nap." "Grouchy today, aren't you?" his driver chuckled. Douglas remembered what Percy said earlier about being a Debbie Downer. The little engine was talking rubbish, Douglas thought. He didn't often complain, but now that he thought about it, the world isn't a great place. Why shouldn't I be worried? He said to himself as he took the salt train. When he arrived at Edward's station, Edward looked over. My, Douglas, you look in a worse mood than usual. What does that mean?" Douglas quipped. "Oh, nothing. What's wrong?" Oh hi, I had an early morning train, so I wasn't able to get sleep like I usually do. Oh, you poor engine, Edward sympathized. Oh, I didn't mind. As long as I'm on Sodor, I do hard work. It's just what I do, and I'm proud of it, Douglas said. That's a very strong work ethic, Douglas. I'm sure that something good will come your way. You just have to keep your chin up, and your work excellent as always. I don't think that'll be much of a challenge for a strong Scottish engine like you. Edward's words of praise made Douglas cheer up. All day long, Douglas tried where he could to hitch a smile on his face and do his work without fuss. That afternoon, Douglas was finally getting a well-deserved rest when he saw the Fat Controller walking back towards him. I hope he doesn't give me another special to take, Douglas thought. Ah, Douglas, I'm glad to see you're here. I have been very pleased with your work lately, and I reward good behavior on my railway. I have a special tomorrow morning of enthusiasts from Edward Station who want to see Stepney when he arrives. I'd like you to pull it. What time? Douglas asked wearily. 11:30 sharp. I know you like to lay in after your night runs, so Helen has volunteered to do it tonight. You can have a nice long sleep and collect the enthusiasts tomorrow morning. An enthusiast train and asleep? Douglas smiled broadly. You're spoiling me, sir. Consider it a thank you for your sleepless work today, the Fat Controller chuckled. Oh, but sir, what if the diesels catch Stepney before he can get to us? The Fat Controller laughed. Oh, Stepney's more than a match for any diesel. Besides, his controller will take very good care of him on his journey. A brave sort of engine, fighting through all those diesels just to see us. Douglas was most impressed. The next morning, Douglas chuffed cheerfully into the big station with a train full of eager enthusiasts. Many of the other engines were waiting, including Percy. Oh, Douglas, I'm glad you're here, Percy squeaked. I've been worried all night. What if you're right and the diesels do catch Stepney? Douglas laughed and explained what the Fat Controller told him. Percy still had his doubts. Just then, Henry let out an excited whistle. Here he comes, lads! A glimmer of gold emerged from the tunnel, followed by 5 coaches. The passengers cheered and clapped as Stepney the Bluebell engine finished the last stage of his long journey.